Hello, everybody. This is Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. It's been about a minute since you've heard from us. I want to thank you guys so much for your patience. Now, this isn't the regular show, so poo-poo on that, I guess. But we'll be back. We're going to record, and the next day, it'll be tomorrow, we're going to record, and you'll have a regular episode as soon as possible. But what we did if you follow us on Facebook, you know that every month we do a dynamic discs update with Jeremy Rusco. And this is a chance for Jeremy to share some information with you guys and a chance for the listeners or watchers to send in questions by leaving comments below the video, and we try to get those answered on the air. Anyway, it is some good information. So if you are a follower of Dynamic Discs, Latitude 64, or Westside Discs, you will want to know some of this information. Now, I will warn you, this is a live video that we do, so there are some visuals that we do. I had some clips from Nantucket, clips from the Raz round, we talk about that, and clips from Pro World. So you might be thinking, why is he having this on there when there's video clips? Well, there's still some good information, and I know a lot of you still like to listen to it. So anyway, the video will come next, and then that'll be it. And then we will see you next time on a regular Disc Golf Answerman show. So if you don't want to hear this, go ahead and turn it off. But if you do, here we go. Hey, everybody, this is Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze, and we're here with Jeremy Rusco for the Dynamic Discs updates with Jeremy Rusco. It's a warm afternoon here in Emporia, Kansas. We have a lot to go over. So what do you say we just get right into it?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about this new backdrop we got first, though.
Okay, so the plan was to paint it. Well, first we were going to just put some stuff up for Disc Golf Answerman. Hopefully you guys watch Disc Golf Answerman on YouTube. But then I took the backdrop down and noticed, oh my gosh, this wall needs to be painted. And then we left for Nantucket and left for Pro World. So I'm now back for good, and we should be here for a little bit. So one of our assignments, maybe this week or maybe this weekend, will be to paint the wall behind us, and then we'll fix it up nice and fancy.
I'm pretty nervous about this, Bobby.
Yeah.
I'm pretty nervous.
It's not going to be a crazy color. It might be just the DD blue.
Worst case, we can just put the curtain back over it.
Yeah, that's true.
Put the backdrop over it. Yeah, Nantucket. Eric and Tina.
Awesome. Yeah, that was good stuff. So, of course, Eric and Tina, if you follow us anywhere or follow Tina and Eric, you know that they got married on the Nantucket Island. Me, Robert, and Jeremy went over there on a ferry and had a really good time. And Danny has a little clip that we can see of the wedding. Just a little bit of what happened. You can see they did the wedding out on the beach. Eric Oakley looking really good out there. Tina, of course, looking beautiful in her wedding dress, walking down with her father. Lots of different people there to take part in the ceremony. Of course, Robert McCall officiating. It was just a really good time, and it was really cool to be part of this event for one of the two coolest people I know. And of course, they're members of Team Dynamic Discs.
Yeah, huge congratulations to them, and just a really fun time there at the wedding. And it's just great to see them so happy and having a great time, and still continuing to live their passion and dream of being out there, being super involved with disc golf, and looking forward to seeing a lot of great things of the newlyweds.
Absolutely.
And then, the Nantucket event in itself was the next day on Saturday. And I tell you what, just a first class, awesome event. Todd Rainwater and his team and his family over there just put on an amazing show with just a great event, great course, great payout, great everything. And we were just super excited to be involved with that event. The players got a great player pack. One of the really cool things, every player got a Dynamic Discs hoodie that featured, I believe it's called Insect Shield.
Yes.
And that is something that there's a big problem with Lyme disease and ticks on Nantucket Island. And if you're familiar with Derek Savory and or Lyme Warrior, you definitely know that we are trying to increase awareness of Lyme disease, and this was a great partnership that we had with the event and Insect Shield. And these the treatment that goes into this is very effective of getting rid of ticks.
Yeah, so as you can see in the footage there, they're just normal hoodies. In fact, they were very similar to hoodies we had before, but they were just treated with this Insect Shield. And I think Todd said it was 98%
Yep,
effective of keeping bugs off you.
correct.
So yeah, good stuff.
We're hoping to have some other products,
Okay.
apparel products that feature that insect shield. I believe early next year, so be on the lookout for that and check them out.
Excellent.
The last thing of the event, well, it was fun to play in the event. Had a lot of dynamic discs presence out there, and at the end of the event, and I actually got to play. That was really cool.
Yeah. And he's on Terry Miller filmed the round.
Is that out yet?
I don't think so. Terry Miller was out there. He filmed the feature card round, which is of course the day one round, and our very own Jeremy Rusco was on there. So you get to watch to see how well Jeremy plays.
Yeah, this was like the first 2-round PDJ event I've played in like almost 2 years, I think it was, and I get to play with Steve Brinster, Paul Ulibarri, Austin Turner.
No pressure.
3 fantastic, amazing disc golfers that definitely take this as their job, as it is their job in many, many regards. And of course, well, you'll just have to tune into the video.
Yeah,
but,
you have to see.
You know, I threw some discs. It was good. At the end of the event, the Raz round,
Yes.
the coolest thing I have ever.
Let's go, Green! Let's go, Green! Let's go, Green!
Finish the event and then get to pick their caddies, and then we go out there and you play 3 holes, but the spectators get to participate in that they get these little like cowbells, and you pick a color. So you're either the blue team, yellow team, green team, or red team. You pick your colors, and that's who you cheer for. The different people that are the players pick their colors, and you cheer them. Well, you razz the other players, and you can be as loud as you want while they're teeing off, while they're putting. You had people out there riding bicycles, people yelling, screaming. They had horns, just tooting. Robert McCall, you can see on the tee. I mean, it was just really cool to be able to participate in that way while people are playing. So, yeah, you can see there's a lot of people out there walking around just in the mix in the middle of everything, shaking their little noisemakers and cowbells and stuff. So, yeah, it was a really cool thing. I had heard about it, but never seen it, and it was really cool.
Yeah. Hoping to implement that at the Glassbone Open in some capacity, and sounds like Todd Rainwater, the Rainwater Raz round. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what can come of that. If you haven't checked out the full video,
Yes.
Disc Golf Adventure.
Yep, youtube.com/Dynamic Discs. Just look for the Nantucket Oakley wedding video.
After that, we went right over to the Professional World Championships at the beautiful Smuggler's Notch in Vermont. Had to take the ferry, had to do a long drive and a lot of traffic, but we got over there just in time to catch up with the mixed doubles. And, then it was a long week of competition. Had a lot of presence, a lot of team members from Dynamic Discs, Latitude 64, Westside Discs. It was great to spend a lot of time with all of them. And I guess at the end of the day, after 5 rounds of competition, we had
Paige Bjorkus taking down the FPO for world champion. You can see in the footage here, this is her last putt. Of course, she's super excited for winning her championship, and her mother comes running up with a huge embrace. Doug Bjorkus comes up with later on, and it was just a really amazing moment to see Paige take down the win. Super exciting. You could just feel the emotions when you're there. I was holding the camera. I'm obviously the one filming here, and I had to hold back the tears. It was just such a really intense moment, and so happy for Paige and her family for sure.
Yeah, and the entire Bjorkus family stayed at the house that we were at, or the condo, or whatever you would call it at the resort, and it was just really cool to be a part of the entire week with them, and super excited for Paige. And I know that Paige Pierce said that, at the end of this week, somebody's life is going to change, and Paige Bjorkus's life definitely changed. So we do have, just on Friday, we did get a commemorative disc put out for her, a Dimax disc, and then you can check out our website for that. Super cool graphic. And then later, I believe it'll be next week, maybe the end of this week, we will have, so the disc that pretty much seemed to win her world championship for her were her judges. She was throwing the judges off the tee and in the fairway a lot. There's a lot of par 4s out there, out on those courses, or just you need to be in the fairway. And she threw her judge time and time again. And to celebrate that, with her. The Fusion Burst Judge is going to have her name on it as her signature disc moving forward, and we'll be stamping some of those up later this week. And then it is looking like for next year, one of her Tour Series Lucid X support discs is going to be my personal favorite, what I think is one of the best discs out there, which is the Getaway. And Danny thinks so as well. But it's going to be the Lucid X Getaway as part of the team signature series. And I know that she is super excited about that. And we're just thrilled to have Paige Bjerkes win the world title, Paige Pierce come in second place. And then we also had a great showing with Rebecca Cox, Zoe Andike on the women's field as well, Natalie Holocoy. And then also, Greg Barsby won his first world title.
Yes, congratulations
on the
to
men's
Greg.
side. Definitely want to give our congratulations to Greg. He was obviously super excited as well, and just a fun week out there at the World Championships. And if you haven't been to a World Championships, definitely recommend finding one if it's in your area sometime soon. Next year's in Peoria, Illinois, so only about 8-hour drive for us. We'll be up there in full force for sure.
Now, before we move on to the next items, I want to remind everybody this is a Dynamic Discs update with Jeremy Rusco. This is where we kind of update you on things we've got going on, things that have happened, things we got working on. But if you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below, and we'll try to get to them during this live broadcast. And we already have a few questions, so I thought we would jump right into them.
Fire away.
See, Larry Webster asks, I've been buying these junior discs for Dylan, Kyle's little brother, and love how they fly close to the full-size version. Would there be any junior disc tournaments in the future for kids?
Great question, Larry. And I tell you what, ironically enough, Doug and I have been talking about when we can squeeze in a junior disc golf event. So hopefully it's sometime soon. I would imagine that by the end of the year, before the snow starts hitting the ground, we will have a junior event, likely to be out at Hammond Park or Peter Pan. So more details as soon as that comes together. But I tell you what, it really is cool to see how those junior discs really do fly, like especially the Junior Sheriff and the Junior EMAC Truth. Those go a long way. They're fun to throw. And I would absolutely like to see more events.
Next question is, have we discussed Paige's signature disc yet? And as a matter of fact, we did a few minutes ago. That is going to be the Fusion Judge is going to be her world champion signature disc. Did you say anything about when we're expecting that to be available?
Late this week or next week? Hopefully late this week.
And then another one to look forward to is you follow us. You know that our players that tour to kind of help support their touring, we have Lucid X or Opto X for Latitude. We have some Tour Series discs. And we're looking at next year to have for Paige Bjerkes the Lucid X Getaway. So that's
the best disc.
The best. Hey, this guy was throwing in a lot.
Yeah, and I just...
Justin asked, tell us about the course upgrade in Great Bend, Kansas. I don't know. I don't have any information on it. I don't know if Eric's been sharing anything with you.
Yeah, he's definitely shared some. So I grew up in Great Bend, Kansas, and they did not have a disc golf course there, unfortunately, as I was growing up. Otherwise, I would like to think I would have got more involved in this in disc golf at an earlier age. But yeah, they've got a course out there that Eric McCabe has redesigned. They have or are putting in veteran baskets. They're extending the tee pads, getting new signage, and I don't have the grand opening date or grand reopening date or anything like that at this time. But we will absolutely be taking the Dynamic Discs RV out there, and Bobby and crew and McCabe, of course, will be going out there and be a part of their grand reopening. So we're excited about it. And with that being my hometown, obviously, it'll be good to get back there.
Couple quick questions. Is that a VIP X warship I see? They are definitely warships.
We'll talk about it a little bit later.
We'll discuss these a little later, but I'll give you a little tease here so you can check them out. All right. We'll talk about those a little later. And then real quick, Kyle wants to know, can the insect hoodies be washed?
Yes, they advertise 70 washes is how long the insect shield. I can't remember what the exact stuff is called with it.
Right.
Permuthian or something. Permuthian.
Yeah. You can. Yeah. If you want to go to, if you really want to know the chemical whatever in it, you can go watch the Nantucket video, and there's a interview with Todd Rainwater, and he gives a lot more information on it for sure.
70 washes, which means it probably lasts a lot longer than that.
Yeah. All right. So back to our agenda here.
Last thing talking of events. Country Club Classic.
I was going to say, speaking of throwing your getaway a lot,
I played in the Country Club Classic. We had a PDJ B tier here, utilizing the Country Club for all divisions, AMs and pros. Great weekend, great weekend for disc golf. Fantastic weather, and hopefully within the next couple of days, Anthony and Danny will put out the coverage that they did for the second round, which featured Robert McCall, Zachariah Johnson, Eric McCabe, and Kyle Webster, which is really cool to see. 2 Dynamic Discs players, 1 Latitude 64 player, and 1 Westside Discs team player. So check out that video when it comes out here soon.
Yeah, they're
and
working
see
on
who
it
wins.
right now. They're working on it as we. Well, Danny's not. He's helping us out with the console, but Anthony is working on it for sure.
Spoiler alert: it went into a playoff.
Yes, it did. A long playoff, a very long playoff. Anyway, so what do we got next?
The RVs. You might have seen some broke down Facebook pictures from like Matt Lloyd and Steve-O posting stuff about his old RV. Anyway, Steven Story and Steve-O, the Texas crew, has the oldest RV in the fleet in terms of how long we've had it. And we've had some RV issues. Matt Lloyd's RV broke down, and it's a rest in peace sort of thing. We're thinking about putting it in a Swedish bonfire next year because that's about all the value that it has.
That was my idea.
Left in it. So anyway, Steve and I did some RV shopping, or we actually are, the shopping was already done, but we went to Kansas City and picked up a new RV and a new trailer, and that will be getting wrapped here in the next week, and there will be a new RV added to the fleet. And I know Steve-O and the Texas crew are very excited about that, and hopefully that RV will allow them to feel more comfortable traveling even further than the immediate DFW area, Fort Worth area, where they host the majority of their events. So I was working on something, and just happened to be a new RV that I wasn't really looking forward to getting this year, but we're excited now.
Excellent.
Buyback, VIPX Warship. Since that was just mentioned, we might as well tune over into that. So if you're not familiar with the buyback program, I think, and we think, that it is one of the greatest things for a disc golfer, because you can go into any of the buyback retail locations in the United States, and those sound like they're starting to expand over into Europe. And I believe that Power Grip is the first chain of stores to participate in the buyback program. But you can try any of the discs between Dynamic Discs, Latitude 64, and Westside Discs for 2 weeks. And if you don't like it, if it's not doing what you thought it was going to do, you can bring it back and exchange it for anything that you want in the store. And some of our ways to help buyback retail stores and to drive traffic into the retail stores, because we know that it's every day becomes more of a challenge to have a brick and mortar store as the internet e-commerce gets to be so tough. One of the things that we're providing to our buyback stores is a VIPX Warships that they can pick up. So pretty soon our buyback retailers will get the information on how to order those. These are the leftover warships from the Toonie. Over at the end of June, we ventured over to Finland and participated in the Westside Discs. This is the Westside Warship.
I can see right there.
Participated in the Toonie, and this was a special release for the Toonie, and there were a few left over, and we just got those and are releasing those to our buyback retailers. So if your local store in your area is not a buyback retailer, I highly recommend you encouraging them to become one, and or ask them to get in contact with us so that we can help them become a buyback store. And be on the lookout for the VIPX Warships showing up in buyback retail stores very soon. What else we got, Bob? We got some questions?
Well, we got to go back to what we skipped. Yes, we skipped over the Grow Disc Golf.
We did. Why did we do that?
You're running the show.
But
You're the boss.
You started it.
You're the boss.
Okay, so here we go. We got the disc up. So one of the things that we're really passionate here at Dynamic Disc about is getting people involved with disc golf, growing disc golf, and we want to do everything that we can to get people to pick up a disc for the first time, play disc golf, and hopefully fall in love with disc golf, just like probably almost each and every one of us did. We find that most people don't play disc golf by stumbling upon a clinic or being a part of a tournament. They go play disc golf for the first time because they were asked by one of their closest friends to go play disc golf, and then they became addicted to disc golf, just like pretty much all of us that are tuned into this broadcast are. And so these My First Golf discs that we have is just another way for us to help retailers get discs in new players' hands, because part of our commitment to this is that if our retailers share about growing disc golf, that we will make those discs free for them. So you can contact us about how to get these discs for free. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we just want to encourage you and each and every one of you to give somebody a disc, take them out for the first round of disc golf, because if all of us took somebody out to play disc golf, we would like to think that we could double disc golf overnight. Obviously, that's not going to happen, and not everybody that we take out is going to continue to become a lifelong disc golfer. But everything that we see, at least 25% of people that are taken out to play disc golf seem to stay as a player and continue to make it either a hobby or a habit or a lifestyle. And again, just want to encourage everybody to grow disc golf. Check out growdiscgolf.com, and thank you for growing disc golf.
So something really cool, Danny, if you can bring that image back up there again. I don't know if people noticed, but on the bottom stamp, it literally, if you gave someone their first disc, it actually kind of guides them on the next disc they should get, which is really cool. If you're looking for the next putter, the next driver, the next mid, it's got little suggestions on the back. So not only is it a cool thing to give somebody a disc, but now you've given them a little bit of help to figure out where do they go from here once, of course, they fall in love with disc golf like we all did.
Absolutely.
Before we jump to the next section, let's see. We've got a few questions to answer. Any news regarding match play coming overseas to Europe?
Great question. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of information on that outside of the fact that I think that Yuha Quito, one of our team members, is trying his best to organize some match play events over in Europe. I don't know if that's a this year thing. I wish that I did, but I do know that we are going to do everything that we can with working with Latitude 64 and or Yuha to make sure that there is a European match play. And of course, the United States Amateur Match Play Championships will be even bigger than they were this year. And the doubles Match Play Championship finals are coming up in 2 weeks, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. The finals for the doubles Match Play Championship will happen here in Emporia, and we're super excited to have all the teams show up for that.
For sure. Andrew asked, will there be any new colors for the Ranger bag coming out soon?
Always working on something.
Always working
Fantastic
on something.
question. And yes, we miss all those colors. So one of the challenges there, and that's if you ever come here on a tour and you get to come up to the secret spot or whatever upstairs, not really a secret spot, but
I mean, not everybody gets to go up there.
Yeah. Anyway, there's from the first Proto Ranger to the second Proto Ranger to essentially the first run Ranger or the team Rangers, which were a little bit of a disaster, but that's besides the point. And then it has kind of every colorway that we've had, and it's really fun to see. And unfortunately, due to minimum order quantities, that got adjusted, we haven't been able to do as small of runs as we have in the past. But with that being said, we're working our tail off to renegotiate with the factory and have OGO renegotiate with them to try to bring more colorways to you, because we know that the more colors, I mean, disc golfers are just a colorful group, and we want to have more. So we're working on it.
Are you watching OGO? Work with us. Come on, the people want it. The people need it. Let's see, a couple more questions. Do they have a course in Manhattan yet? I'm assuming Manhattan, Kansas, and not.
Yeah, I would assume Manhattan, Kansas, and there's been disc golf there. I actually heard they're playing on campus still. Hopefully that's not the case. But anyway, there's a course out at Tuttle Creek State Park. Warner Park has one course, and I believe they're getting ready to expand that over to 2 courses. I think Fremont maybe has one. So there's a lot of disc golf in Manhattan happening place. Good place.
Someone wants to see the dome on the warships. Danny, if you want to switch to my camera. Dome.
The warship.
You want to compare it to my dome? Which one's domier? Which one is domier?
Would you be a mid-range or?
I think I'd be
a putter.
A putter. I'd be a pretty blunt putter. Anyway, there's the dome.
So the one of the if you go back to the disc golf adventure over there at the Toonie, you can see Devin Owens and Ricky Wysocki throwing the VIPX warship, and they were talking about
through it further.
They were
was that another disc?
They did that with probably a bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay,
but, they were saying how the VIPX warship is probably the furthest flying mid-range disc that they have ever thrown.
Yes,
for better or for worse, for straighter or for hyzers or whatever.
No,
anyway, VIPX warship. Fantastic.
Any news on the Winter Marksman League and when that info will be out? Glad you asked.
Yeah.
We just updated the website or the web page for it. You can find that at dynamicdiscs.com/WML. That's Winter Marksman League. So just WML. You can find out where, in fact, Danny is working on an updated video to get more information out. But there is information about when you can start registering for it, when they'll start happening, and even some really cool information on average putts made. And that information is, of course, taken from the UDisc app because we're working again with UDisc to make the 2018/2019 Marksman League season even better.
Can that get put on the screen? I don't know how this works. No. Okay. So I think one of the coolest things about Winter Marksman League is when you look at this graph, and again, go check out dynamicdisc.com/WML. And first, it shows average putts made, and you start out with 32 putts made or 32 points made. Then it just goes up pretty much every week. And so making more putts translates into winning more prize money. You should participate in a Winter Marksman League. And I can't remember if Bobby mentioned November 1st is when I believe registration is opening up for the Winter Marksman League. And we are looking forward to Winter Marksman League, and especially how the UDisc scoring works with the Winter Marksman League. That stuff is so cool and it's so easy. And hopefully we can double our number of Winter Marksman League events, because I think we had twice the interest year after year on that.
All right, here we go. We're gonna use technology.
Oh my gosh,
Danny, do you have my iPhone camera as a camera to take?
Oh, get out of here! This. They're working on some top secret.
We'll let you do that in the middle of a broadcast.
If you haven't participated in Winter Marksman League, find one and or host one. It's super easy to host. Outside of the fact, you got to make sure you have a.
Here it is.
Hey, look at that!
So this is the graph Jeremy was talking about.
If you want to get better, and you want to make more money or more prize money, participate in the Winter Marksman League. That's what's going to happen to your putts. They get more of them go in. The more you practice.
There's the magic. Oh, no, I want to show the magic behind the camera.
Oh, man. Whoa.
Look at the magic behind the camera, Danny and Anthony. All right, let's get back to
important stuff. Product stuff. Speaking of marksman, we just got, and I think this is super cool. There's been a lot of discussion about whether we need to have, permanent marksmans out there. I know that Launchpad Disc Golf, Jerry Patterson over in Kansas City hosts marksman tournaments. There's been one out at Disc Dash for Cash out in Utah that Bobby went to last year, I think it was.
2 years ago? No, maybe even last year.
Yeah, time flies, doesn't it?
I know.
Anyway, we just got in permanent marksmans.
What?
Per your request.
Say what?
So, anyway, if you want to get your permanent marksman, basically it's a different, it's a galvanized pull. It's got hot dip galvanized chain. It's got better powder coating to withstand the elements of being outside. So anyway, contact us. It should be on our website sometime soon if it's not already. And
I want to know the first course. If you get someone to do this, I want to know the first course because I want to see if I can go out there and check it out. Hawaii.
Well, we on all of our pins here, and not all, but at like Jones East and Jones West, almost every hole has 2 pin locations. So you might have a marksman course here in Emporia sometime soon.
Well, that's no fun to travel here. I'm already here.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Sorry for partying.
No, that's cool. I think that's really cool because I remember when I went out to Utah and they did that. It just made for a whole new dynamic, pun intended, for playing. Some people, it was like some people really liked it. Some people not so much, but for the most part, people liked that it was a little different challenge, something a little different from the norm. So that was cool.
Yeah, for sure. Last thing on product stuff I think is fun to talk about is we've been talking to several of our retailers about the custom run program, where you can mix and match certain things to get the special run of discs that your local area or your customer base might want. So it won't be long. I know we've got some in transit until some of these custom discs become available that are essentially made to the specs of what customers want, what our fans want, what our followers want. So we'll have some more information on that soon. If you think that your tournament or your retail store or whatever wants something special, contact Jamie, my brother, Jamie Rusco, part of the sales team, and he will make some stuff happen with you. So custom run stuff, cool stuff's coming out soon so that we can fulfill all the fun requests that people have.
Excellent. All right, before we move on, we got a few questions for you. Derek wants to know, did you say what mold the My First Disc was on?
I believe those are on gavels and proofs.
Very good. First discs. Phil wants to know, how have the reviews of the core bag been so far?
The biggest review that I hear from the core bag is just how light the bag is. I think it's like 3.5 pounds lighter than the luxury bag. And so players have been loving the fact that they don't have to tote around that much weight, which 3.5 pounds doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot when you're out there playing 18 holes or however many holes you're playing.
Or if you're in a tournament, it's a 3-day, 2-day tournament.
Yeah. So I know players have been liking that about the bag, and I saw a lot of them being used at the World Championships. So pretty cool stuff.
Jeff says, what days can people do the tours?
You know, Jackie has been, I think, almost fulfilling any and all requests for tours. So you just got to go to the website under resources, I believe it is, click Visit Emporia, or you could probably just search tour and go to the website and figure out how to get a tour here.
There's a schedule selection, and then you can select a specific date. So
yeah, and if those dates don't work with you, just email sales at dynamicdiscs.com or on our live chat. Jackie is awesome. Jackie loves giving tours, and ultimately at the end of the day, we'll give anybody a tour whenever we're around here, as long as we don't have something crazy going on. So reach out to us, and we'd love to see you here in town. And Bobby'd love to sign your disc when you come through, and or McCabe, Robert, all the crew here. We love seeing everybody. So come say hi.
Derek has another question. Maybe we'll display those bags at GBO this year, Jeremy?
Oh, the like the prototype bags probably is what he's talking about. That, yes, in the coolest display that I'm going to have to pay a lot of money for one day.
DD History.
Yeah, the DD History Museum for sure. Be showing those bags.
Jeff asks, Gold X Ballista Pro, unavailable now, but maybe in the future?
Custom run program.
Custom run pro. I tell you what, that Ballista Pro, I've noticed when I've been asking a lot of our pros at Pro Worlds, even here at the Country Club Classic, I'll be like, what was that? What was that? Gold Ballista Pro, gold Burst Ballista Pro. Them pros are loving that Ballista Pro.
Yeah.
So that's a
good
long
way.
Some of them are calling it the bro because it feels like you're bro.
Ballista Broski.
Alex says, is there a page or a link where we can see all of the courses EMAC has designed so we could go on an EMAC course road trip? That is an excellent idea that Jeremy's getting ready to take notes on. No, we do have something like that?
dynamiccoursedesign.com. If I could, I did spell it right. I know that we were planning on making that become available somewhere on the website, and course portfolio. Anyway, it'll be available at some point.
Yeah, we'll figure. That's a good idea. We'll put that to work.
I know that's been something that McCabe has been wanting to make sure that we get on the website, and completely agree. And we would love for you to vlog about your.
Yes, that would be cool.
I think we could probably figure out a way to promote the heck out of that.
Yeah, another Eric wants to know, when are we getting Gold Line Explorers? Ooh, I bet you that'd be a good one.
Well, I throw the heck out of the match play Explorer.
Sure.
So,
do we have any of those at the store? Do you know?
I believe those just finally became available for retail sales and wholesale to pick them up through the warehouse on Friday, I believe.
This Friday?
Maybe it's this. I can't keep my days straight.
There's a hybrid Explorer GBO fundraiser. So if you're looking for something in a different plastic, there's a Opto Burst.
Yeah, it's this Friday. They're coming available.
All right, so you've got a lot of choices and even more choices.
They're not going to be a
Friday.
stock stamp, but it's going to have the match play stamp, which actually is a really cool stamp. And I know that there's the match play Maverick, which is the Fusion Burst Maverick, and then there's the match play Explorer, which is essentially a gold burst Explorer, and both of them are fantastic. You should probably pick one up when they become available on Friday.
Real quick, back to the core bag. Jeff wants to know, when do the core bags become available? They're actually available right now. So you can go to dynamicdisc.com. You can go in the search and just search core. Boom, and you've got 3 different colors. You got a black, you got a blue, and you got a red, ready to go right now. Alan wants to know the color of the Marksman. I believe it's just going to be that gunmetal gray. Is that what it's called, or silver? Or
I believe that's the case.
Yeah, so you've got whatever the color is right now. You see that's what the permanent one will be. Will there be a mini block party for the Dynamic Discs Open that's next month? It's a one-day tournament, so I don't.
Yeah, there won't be.
No, there won't be anything officially. Now, if you want to go out and party down at downtown Emporia, there's plenty to do and party out there for sure. Cameron has a really good question. Let's see what your thoughts are.
Uh-oh.
He's always been curious about how sponsorship works. What do pros typically get out of their disc sponsors? What do typical disc sponsorships entail? I don't know that there is a typical, is there?
No, there's definitely not a typical sponsorship. That is a fantastic question. And that's going to take a couple minutes to talk about. I think let's put this on. Let's put this one on the agenda for next week.
Okay.
Or next month.
All right,
let's put that one on the agenda. Great question, and it's a complex formula that's not an exact science or formula, but it'll be fun to talk about next week.
All right, so let's wrap things up. We've been over our time allotted for a little bit, so what do we got left?
Yeah,
over?
real quick, still having Trilogy Challenge goes through the first weekend of October. So if you haven't found a Trilogy Challenge, get out there, go to trilogychallenge.com, find the best location for you. Got the musket, the Latitude 64 musket, which is a fantastic fairway driver that's a little bit more overstable than the Escape. We've got the Dynamic Disc Patrol, which is an understable mid-range disc that, believe it or not, several of our pro players are really finding a good use out of that disc, but a great flying disc for a lot of players with lower arm speed. And then the West Side Discs Maiden, which is a fantastic putter. Those discs are not going to be available until the holiday. When I say holiday, I'm talking Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff. So the only Trilogy Challenge discs that you'll be able to find between now and the holiday are the Trilogy Challenge stamped ones. And then we'll be doing the stock release come Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Excellent.
Last thing, when Doug was out traveling, when we were out traveling at Pro Worlds, Doug happened to swing through a stadium. He had an organized or scheduled visit with Gillette Stadium, which is home of the New England Patriots. And he's pretty excited about that opportunity. They're excited about that opportunity. And with that also being said, right when Doug got home, he went out and met with I don't think it's called Mile High Stadium anymore, but he went out to Denver, checked out the stadium out there and their event staff. We got some things in the works there. Neither event are confirmed, but we are, of course, looking to do another disc golf experience at a stadium. And with that being said, we've also got several other stadiums who have reached out to us and said, hey, we want you guys to come here. So there's some really exciting things happening for Stadium Disc Golf, and we are really looking forward to finalizing next year's stadium and bringing disc golf to a new stadium. So always working on something.
Always working on something.
The very last thing I want to mention is, we get a lot of positive feedback, and I love hearing positive feedback. It means so much to me and all of us, and as often as I can, I share it with our entire organization. And for whatever reason, I just felt compelled to share this one that Bobby shared with me, and it was from the video that he posted about the World Championships and Paige Bjerkes winning the World Championships. And I just think it's we love hearing the positive feedback. Keep sending it our way. It's what keeps our passion where it is. It's what makes us wake up every morning and get excited about coming to work for disc golf. And I wanted to read this one. I don't even have a name for who sent it in, but this was in reaction to the video that I think Anthony will probably start playing here in a second about Paige's world title. Anyway, here it goes. Thank you for bringing together a family of people even non-disc golfing families could learn from. Your pros love where they are at. Your workers love what they work, where they work. And as a fan, I love the emotion I felt when we finally got to see little Paige blossom to the world champion that we all knew she would become. Dynamic Discs is the model of a family we need in this era of individuality. Seeing the love that Paige's mother and father exuded through that whole video, as well as the teamwork and camaraderie that was shown, I was honestly brought to tears. The best of the best was absolutely shown here. One of my favorite videos to date. Thank you for that. Whoever left that feedback, thank you so much. And with that being said, I think we'd like to finish up the last couple minutes of Paige's final round, and Bobby's going to sign us off.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dynamic Discs Update with Jeremy Rusco. Again, it's just a time... we do it every third Monday of the month. It's just a time for you to be able to ask questions straight to Jeremy Rusco. Do you have the date for the next one already? Top of your head? I don't know if you did. Maybe you don't. Third Monday of the month, we will be right back here. Hopefully we'll have a better background for you. So it won't look like we're doing this from prison. Anyway, so thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for your questions. We love and appreciate all of you guys out there. And Danny, go ahead and play that video of Paige Bjerkes winning the 2018 World Championships. We'll see you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you do me a huge favor, head out to iTunes or even on Stitcher and go rate and review our show. It would really help us out. Thank you so much.